So we have some great inventory this week in Detroit, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because the returns are quite, well, not low, but in terms of our properties in Cleveland, they're low. You're looking at maybe 10 or 11% as a net return after you paid all your expenses. Whereas in Cleveland, you might get 16, 17, 18, 19%. So what is the difference? And why should anybody look at a Detroit property over a Cleveland property? Because if I can get 16% in Cleveland, why would I take 10% in Detroit? Well, so I've been working with a fantastic management company in Detroit for, I'd probably say the last 12 years. In fact, I think Joe and his team in Detroit, I think it was probably one of the first people we started doing business with 12 years ago. And they're probably the best management company I've ever worked with in selling houses in the US. So, and from all my other videos, you know how important I feel management is when it comes to buying property, especially when it's for investments. And I think the management can make or break the investment. So Joe and his team do a fabulous job. We've got 4 houses this week, all tenanted, all very well located, all fully managed by Rondo, looking after the tenants. So, but why buy a house if if the return is 10 or 11%, where I can buy a house in Cleveland where the return is 16 or 17%? So I think I've done a couple of videos on this before, on the difference and why invest in Cleveland, why invest in Detroit. And I think the bottom line is it's how adverse you are to risk. And I think Cleveland is midway through a cycle. So it's a different type of investment to Detroit, where I think Detroit has seen a lot of its growth over the last, let's say 10 years, 12 years. And I think it's a more stabilized market than Cleveland. So the risk involved in buying a house in Cleveland or buying a house in Detroit is different. And I think for those investors that are not so adverse to risk as others, I think Detroit is probably a safer bet. And it's a very hands-off investment, especially when you invest with Rondo, which is the management company that Mark and Joe run. The houses are fantastic. They stand by their work, so they'll have renovated the properties, put the tenants in place, and I still think 10 or 11% on your money is a great return, better than the S&P 500, and certainly better than the money sat in the banks. So for anybody looking for that really hands-off armchair investment, you mightn't see that much growth in Detroit over the next 3 or 5 years, but you'd certainly see good cash flow, which is one of the first things I look for when buying a piece of real estate. It's going to give you instant cash flow, income from day one, good management, and you don't really need to put a lot of work into it. The houses are in great condition, well located, and like I said, fully managed. So we've got 4 great houses this week, all ranging from I think 65 up to maybe $80,000 or $90,000. So good price points, good tenants. The rents are decent. I think from $750 up to $900 to $1,000. So some good options. We don't really get a lot of properties from Joe and his team. They've been working in the city for 40 years now. Like I said, do a fantastic job for us. So if you are interested in that type of investment that's going to be safe, secure, very hands-off, drop us a text, give us a call, have a look on the website. The PDFs are available for us to send out. But again, yeah, very, very good properties. Joe and his team do a great job. And touch base with us if you'd like any more information on the houses, or if you'd like to have a chat with Joe and his team on the ground in Detroit, that's also possible. We can set that up as well. So you guys have a great day, and we speak soon.